Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandela with another screencast. Sorry about that screen blip there. This one we're going to InDesign, going to create some different kinds of crazy shapes to mask in or to clip off an image. So you want to place an image, you don't have to just put it in a square or a box or even a circle, you can put it in all kinds of crazy shapes. So we're going to go through some different ways to make some unique shapes using a variety of tools and even using some Illustrator. If we don't get to Illustrator in this video, there will be a follow-up video which combines Illustrator and InDesign to again just create some different shapes and things like that. So first of all, let's say I start with the rectangle tool here and make a rectangle like I normally would to place a picture. Just flip that around like that. It's a double arrow tool. But let's say I want something more than just this, so I want some kind of different kind of shape. Maybe look a little futuristic or whatever. You kind of get the idea. I'm not going to go too crazy right now, but you get the idea. Alright, so I made all these shapes. Come on. Alright, I'm just going to select all of them and make them all black. That'll be black fill with no stroke. Okay, so like that. Now what I can do is, this is the important step, go to Object, Pathfinder. So if you're at all familiar with the Pathfinder panel in Illustrator, this is very similar. In fact, exactly the same, just a kind of a subset of the options available in Illustrator. I can just go to Add, and now I have this one custom shape. So when I place a picture in there, File, Place, this would be a picture of my daughter, it's splash pad. You can see that it's in there, and I can use my white arrow tool to grab this around, kind of position the picture where I want it to be. And of course I have all of InDesign's wonderful image placement tools. So I click on this, I can click this one, which is fill width proportionally or fill frame proportionally, and I can center it as well. So that's a handy feature, right? So that's one way to get kind of a custom shape. Another way to get it is to draw it entirely by yourself. So let's say I use the pen tool, and let's say I want to make some kind of wonky star shape. So I'll click here, here. Again, this is just like if I was an Illustrator making these shapes. And when I get to the beginning, close that shape off. Again, I'm going to switch it to solid black and then place, and I'm going to grab that same picture and again fill it and center it. So that's fun, right? The great thing about this in both of these, in one that made of rectangles and the one that I drew with the pen tool, I can use the white arrow tool, click on the edge, and I have full control over all these anchor points. Okay, I can bring them inward or outward or whatever. Let's say this one, for whatever reason I want it to be round and not pointy. I hold down on the pen tool, I can go to the convert direction point tool, and I can drag on it like this, and now it comes round. And I can do that for each of these, so it's now more flower-like, for example, instead of star-like. So that's something you can toy with as well. You don't have to do all of them. You could just do one of them or two of them or whatever, right? I can see down here that because I changed the shape and size of the shape, that black, that's the fill color that the shape had. So I can go back here to refill it and recenter it, and there we go. Same with this one. I'm going to refill it, recenter it. Now those make sense. Those are pretty straightforward. What's really cool is you can actually mask an image inside of letter form. So let me show you what that's like. So let's say I take my text tool, and I'm just going to draw out a little text box here. And come on. Alright, I'm just going to type in something. Let's just say I type in water baby. I don't know why. It's my daughter in the water. And I'm going to pick a really narrow font, like League Gothic. See, this needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's do that. Like all this. And I am going to set this to optical tracking. I'm going to set to like -75. It's a little bit too much maybe, but I'm going to go with it. I'm actually going to get rid of the space here too. So now I got all this, what I can do is type menu, create outlines, then file, place, right, that same picture, and now it's part of this, and again I can fill it and center it. So now that text, or that image, is masked inside of this text. So different ways you can do InDesign, Illustrator.